Hey guys, like, comment, subscribe. As you've seen in our last video, looking at the St. Louis Cardinals playoff chances now, Nolan Arenado no longer Colorado Rockies. He is with the St. Louis Cardinals. And I mean, this Rockies team, they had so much talent over the last, 5 years, 8 years, and it feels like they've wasted it. They haven't made it past a division round. They had a guy like Arenado, had Charlie Blackmon, have Trevor Story, they had DJ Lemehieu. I mean, is this one of the worst debacles in terms of just talent not going anywhere in recent MLB history?
It's really tough because if we're not in the current pandemic, do I see them selling off all of their pieces and giving away potentially upwards of $50 million to give away their best player to another team in their own conference? If we're not in this current financial situation that we're about to be in this year, I don't know if they give up so easily. I think they might have tried it for another year, maybe another year or two. People like Blackmon and Desmond, they're not getting younger. And right now, the fact that you just got rid of Arenado means their contracts are pretty much worthless. You're going to have to get rid of them and sell them for pennies on the dollar this year because other teams in the league know you're not competing. But to me, what's the biggest issue with this Colorado Rockies team was that they never went all in. They never went to the level that the Dodgers go to. And that's a really tough comparison because nobody spends to that unless you're Dodgers or Yankees. Maybe a fair comparison is someone like even the Blue Jays. Even whenever they go to contend, they go to put a little bit more money into it. It kind of feels like the Rockies never went all in. They paid Arenado to be able to keep a superstar, and you know what? They were able to keep him. But did they overpay him? Yes, they did, and it's very clear in this trade the fact that they have to give away money to trade away their best player. But it's something that if they could have played their cards differently, if they would have maybe went all in, they didn't even end up being a play. They never won a freaking playoff series, guys. They made it to the divisional round. That's a waste of a prime year. That's a waste of what could have been a run.
Yeah, I mean, it's a waste of multiple prime years for these guys. I mean, Charlie Blackmon played his whole prime without getting there. Nolan Arenado
Yep.
entered his prime without there. And it's confusing, too, how easily that they are giving up on guys like this, where, again, a guy like DJ LeMahieu, he had some years that were very similar to that last year with the Yankees, but in full seasons, and they let him somehow go. A guy like Travis Shaw, who people might not think is the best first baseman, but he was still putting up. I think he had over 30 home runs one year with the Rockies. They again let him go for basically nothing to the Blue Jays. So, I mean, this is a team that they clearly didn't want to, like you said, spend to keep other valuable assets there. They felt like, hey, we have one or two guys who are good enough, and in a off year, we could be like a team like the Tampa Bay Rays or like that '07 Rockies team that made the World Series. And the reality is, in
They're not.
today's MLB, especially, they're not. I mean, there's just so many teams. When you look at a team like the Nationals, for example, even last year, enough good players there, and they still weren't even a playoff team. It's hard nowadays to be a team like that. Team like the Rays probably got lucky last year in reality, and the Rockies, I mean, they clearly didn't. So if I'm a Rockies fan, I'm very disappointed in how all of this went, and I don't have much hope in terms of how this season is going to go either.
No, it's a rebuild year. It's a rebuild. I'm not expecting big things from this year. I'm expecting a Desmond trade. I'm expecting a Blackmon trade. I'm expecting almost anything that has value. Even their younger guys that are just entering their primes that have 4 or 5 years of service, I'm expecting them to get traded as well. The reason why I say that is that this team is not looking to compete next year. They're not looking to compete in 2 years. They're looking at a 3 to 5 year rebuild right now, and it's really sad to say for all the Rockies fans out there. And if they can prove me wrong, I really hope so. Because I really do like that the Colorado Rockies as a team. So I hope that they can prove me wrong. But to me, they're entering a 3 to 5 year rebuild, and they admitted to it by the fact that they traded away their best player and gave away probably all the remaining funds they had to improve their team just to be able to trade him away.
Definitely. But let us know what you guys think in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you soon with some more content.